Hi. Um, for those of you who are long-term curious people about RAYID, you know I have a tendency to change. And sometimes without much warning, I'm doing something different. To me, I'm always doing the same thing, meaning I'm always looking for the truth about how to grow and change. And if that means I need to do something different and it comes to me, then I'm real willing to do something different. People were upset with me when I stopped teaching Iris in the 1980s and went into birth order for 5 years to 8 years, just that. And then I changed along the way. And well, I'm always changing. And here I am changing again. But maybe not so radically as you might think, because I'm really looking for the personal experience about how everything works so that I can be sure what I'm practicing and what I'm offering to others has the ultimate long-term benefit. So I want to share with you today what my personal process is today. I may not be there tomorrow, but well, I will be, but maybe in a slightly different way. I've had some personal commitment to recent events to look more deeply at my motives and purposes for why I'm doing the work that I am. And one of those was discovering, which wasn't that hard to discover, that I really didn't want to live. I was looking forward to going on to the spirit world and returning to some of the places that I've seen before that are extraordinarily beautiful, wonderful, loving, and, well, yes, all that. To have a commitment to stay, which may include staying another 50 years if it works, at first wasn't all that attractive because I wanted to go, because staying is, well, not an easy place to stay much of the time. People are not easy. But I have made the commitment now to stay. So I am engaging in personal practices to achieve that result. Now, what I've also done is decide to implement the biochemical part of my change. Meaning, in the past, I wanted nothing to do with body chemistry or the physical. In the past, I wanted nothing to do with vibrational medicines. I didn't even really want to be involved in anything mental, including meditation. But over the decades, I used each and every one of them, and I find myself reopening the biochemical element because of the recent scientific discoveries that are coming out about regeneration or anti-aging and what it means to regenerate or possibly take my age from 72 down in terms of decades. Theoretically, the technology of the molecules and enzymes to regenerate the body is now available. And I'm following a protocol. I'm adding a few others of my own favorites to it too, but I'm on a daily biochemical. I'm taking multiple supplements and I'm starting to engage the physical body, and it's affecting me. While that's happening, I'm desiring to want to engage the emotional body or the spirit body in combination with experiencing and feeling my soul, so that the regeneration of the new, younger physical body incorporates the experience of constantly coming into and being in harmony with the highest level of divine I can access today. And for me, that happens to be a deep appreciation for the divine intelligence that creates time and space. So that means the times of the day, seasons of the year, these stages of unfoldment. So I'm wanting to do my biochemical in combination with my emotional, which includes my visual imaginative functions. So I'm beginning to meditate again, and I haven't actively meditated for almost 10 years. Just little pieces here and there, but my goal in the last 10 years is primarily to meditate with my eyes open, which I still do and want to keep it. But now I'm adding in an element of wanting to emotionally experience portions of my own feelings that are still hidden from me. So to achieve this result, I've had a series of experiences where what I would call the eye of the needle. I'm always looking for the eye of the needle. For me, the eye of the needle for the last 20, almost 30 years has been numerically what I call 135, or humility, truth, free will, authenticity. I still like that, don't get me wrong. But I'm now going into slightly a different approach where I'm using what I would call 2 girl, 4 girl, 6 girl. You could call this 2 girl, 4 girl, 6 girl. I'm entering into the eye of the needle by taking the very first step, feeling self within my own heart self. I know it sounds simple, but to feel and feel and feel more and feel more and keep feeling more for 18 months. I'm still thinking about 27, but that's just me, because I think in terms of numbers of sets of months or seasons to achieve a physical result. What is the physical result I'm aspiring to achieve? An embodiment of the continuous increase of the capacity to feel and grow. Simple. But that feeling, it needs an orientation of intention and clarity, purpose, alignment. So my intentional alignment is to feel, 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 keep feeling more while having this alignment to go through the heart and into alignment through faith with the divine intelligence, primarily by accessing that alone through the mother's family in a sequence. Because for me, the mother's family is individuality. If I can't do individuality clearly, honestly, lovingly, if I take it into the father's family, which is the outside, which is into groups, and only through the experiences of groups can I actually grow. If I take it into the father's side, then it's going to manifest in the groups according to the design I set in motion. If I'm not clear, if I'm not on the right path, it's going to hit a wall. Months, years, decades later, it will have a problem. I would prefer to get that alignment right. So I believe at this point, in the last few days, few weeks, that alignment has to do with, using the number in RAYID terms, 2 girl. So rather than 1 boy, which is mother's father, I'm starting the entire process on 2 girl. Feel, 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 feel. Increase the capacity to feel, which extends into the experience of empathy, which later on becomes the instrument of discernment and the increase of the capacity to feel. To me, this is the eye of the needle. So if I'm willing to do the eye of the needle, I want to do the eye of the needle with every breath, every day, every hour. So I'm willing to take a considerable period of my time, which maybe it really isn't all that much, 18 months, 27 months, to do one thing only. To girl. Feel, feel, feel. Yes, the to girl function is automatically in some way linked to the for girl function. Hence, bubble, bubble, bubble. For girl, six girl, two girl, four girl, six girl. So I'm practicing to girl, but always taking to girl with me to four girl, and then always taking to girl and four girl with me to do six girl, but I'm doing to girl all day long. To girl, to me, is the metaphor of the physical experience of the lake. The lake that has no ripple, that's never had a ripple. Now, for me, that true rippleless lake is my true self. And I'm saying I want to feel my true self. And in nature, that primary symbol is the lake that has no ripple. The rippleless lake is peace. It's also stillness. So throughout the day, I'm doing peace as a practice, as a goal, as an intention. Now I'm doing peace in 3 different levels all the time. And why? Because everything is composed of these sets of 3s, 3 months in a season, and on and on and on. There's so many 3s, I won't go there. But self, others, and all. These are specific places. Self, others, all. And by the way, that all means all. Means all. So self, others, and all. For me to be able to experience the all, I have to do the self really, really well. So my personal practice, say, for example, if the time of the day for me right now is 9 a.m., which I know to be basically a four-boy feeling, it is a heart time. Why is it a heart time? 6 a.m. is sunrise. 6 to 8, sunrise. 8 to 10, four-boy heart function. Okay, so I'm doing, this is my actual process. So, I know it seems like a lot, but this is what I'm actually doing. To girl, feel, 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 lake, peace, peace, peace. But I'm experiencing it through the hour, which is the fraternal experience of the alliance of friendship. Because later on, the only way to progress is through friends. Yeah, it may be bad news for some of you. It is for me, because it's not really easy to have genuine, sincere, kindred friends who really want to participate with you and share with you in the giving and receiving. That's, we could go into it more later, but taking my to girl piece into 4, because that's the hour. But then I'm immediately finishing it with the month that I'm in. I know that sounds like a lot, but this happens to be the first week of June, and that means the actual month in the northern hemisphere is 6 boy. 6 boy is an ultimate, nova, big bang of the universe. What do I want to send into creation for 5 billion years? That's the month I'm in. So 2 girl, peace. 4 boy, heart, celebration, friendship. 6 boy, transmit it. Ooh, which means you kind of have to be a little bit aware of what it is that you want to transmit for 5 billion years, because that's how long you're going to get the law of attraction and the law of compensation to come back to you. So I like to go up to that pituitary function, put the lake of peace right in the middle of it, and in this moment, the experience of the hour being for boy, and send joyful peace into eternity. Little, medium, large. 2 girl, 4 boy, 6 boy. So I'm doing this process all day. Change it with the hour. But for now, it all ends up with 6 boy because that's the month. So if I'm in the 3 girl hour, I still do 2 girl first, because that's the eye of the needle. That's the creation function of becoming something new in my mother's family. So I do 2 girl first. If it's the 3 girl hour, I'm doing 3 girl water into plants, or feeling into sharing and justice. And I want to feel what it feels like to have my 2 girl piece be assimilated by the community or my health. So I'm feeling that. And that's water into wood or plant or community. Oh, the month is 6 boy, then I want to 6 boy that. I just changed my feelings, still keeping the 2 girl, which, by the way, I'm going to keep the 2 girl for 18 months. I know it's going to get a little annoying for some of you, but I'm going to keep talking about the greater purpose, function, diameter, depth, magnitude, richness, and fullness of what it means to access more of the 2 girl, which means the boundaries of empathy keep expanding, which means when the boundary of empathy and discernment keeps expanding, I'm going to get automatically the law of attraction events to help me process whatever I'm resisting at that boundary. That's what the law of attraction does. So here I am, I have to come back and do my protocol. Oh, here comes one, and here comes one. Come on in, here's another law of attraction event. So I'm in the process of being in the 2, building the 2 and the 4 and the 6. Okay, I know this sounds like a lot. It isn't. It's just a sincere desire to feel and be in harmony with space and time. To me, space has intelligence. All of space is intelligent. Time is intelligent. Time and space are the same thing. Consciousness is time and space. Yes, we'll go into the timelessness of 6 girl only if I have the capacity to do 4 girl, which is the ability to be transparent and not attached to anything. Sorry, I can't do it right now. Can I be transparent, invisible, non-judging, and detached from everything? No, I can't do it. I saw something the other day that pissed me off so badly, I was enraged for 2 days. It was profoundly disturbing to see the boundary of collective human consciousness that works to stop people, make them tired, lazy, addictive, make them stop. To see that, and that's one of my little advantages, is I get to see these things at times, to see it functioning, to realize I can't go into that world until my discernment can leave all of humanity's suffering exactly where it is while going through it transparently. Sorry, not there. Because I can see that my personal need is to embody continuous peace, the lake that has no ripple. is the only way I can go through the wall of collective universal suffering that is put there by all of mankind's suffering since we were first conceived, engineered, or brought onto the planet. I'm not sure which. But I don't like some of the things I see, and I can tell I'm in reaction. So you better go home. That's what I say to myself. Do your homework first. So I'm going to radically shift my body chemistry. I'm going into an exercise program. I'm buying a personal sauna. I'm going to do saunas each week. I'm doing a whole series of activities. I'm doing Qigong every day. I'm going to strengthen and vitalize my physical body and use all the supplements to be able to do that and interface this process of 2-girl, 4-girl, 6-girl all the time. And then enthusiastically do it in September, which in the Northern Hemisphere is the beginning of the year. 2-girl is the beginning of the year, the 2-girl month. The 2-girl time of the day is sunset. I know it's pretty weird to consider that. Now my approach is the day does not begin at midnight, the way I've practiced it with one boy. It's beginning at sunset with 2-girl. I'll talk about what that means, about 2-girl going into 4-girl at 8 and into 6-girl at 10. But I need to do 2-girl really, really, really well. And in September, it's a month of 2-girl. So it's a 2-girl activity and a 2-girl month. I'm kind of looking forward to it because that just means more emotional commitment to do the thing I want. So I don't know if any of you are going to come along with this because right now it doesn't really matter that much because this is completely, for myself or anyone else, you got to do things by yourself. You can't blame anybody else for your lethargy. I certainly don't. You can't blame anybody else for your ignorance or your unwillingness to let go of your addictions. I can't blame anyone. I have to do myself. But what I'm interested in also is the equinox next March. Because after all these months of practicing 2-girl through the summer and 2-girl through the autumn and 2-girl through the winter, which is the mother's family, next March goes into 2-boy in the Northern Hemisphere, and that means group and group and group. That means outer. That means friends become more important because what we learn on the inside with feeling developed by us needs to be shared abundantly in the world around us. Service to others, compassion, caring, joy, laughter, celebration, learning how to give love. That's 4. So I'm looking forward to next equinox to practice that. And, hopefully there's, at least a few around that I can practice doing that with who are honestly doing things similar. They don't have to do it identically, but I'm looking to increase the magnitude of my sharing with friends. 2-girl is the way to pass through family. Family is important. We have to 2-girl it. That means become an individual. 4-boy, the giving and receiving of love is the only way we go higher. We can't just sit around by ourselves and go love, love, love and not really exercise the expression of that and give and receive the building of each other through this process of giving and receiving love. I'm a little frightened by it because I don't do the outside world very well. I do the inside one better, much better, because I do the inside one to avoid the outside one. Have you taken a look at those outside ones? That's just cruelty. There's pain, there's politics, there's religion, there's violence, there's war, there's famine, there's pestilence. There's also children. So my work's going to go toward the children first. Okay, I'll try to deal with some of you adults too, but don't expect me to have the sweet same feeling that I have for an adult as I do for children. I'm just not there yet. Maybe one day I get there, but I'm not there. So this is my personal process. Yes, I'm still doing some postures. I do them now between 3 and 4 times a day, just to keep the integration of the 4 different feelings there. And I'm doing a few other things that I'm not willing to share in the moment, but this is my personal process. Now, this is where the work is going. I want to be able to provide an instruction about where you can get all the supplements. I'm also suggesting that you might want to do that test, that Horvath age test. Not cheap right now. We're trying to negotiate where you can get the test so you can check your biological age and follow this for 18 to 27 months and to see where it is. Is this actually working? Can we demonstrate that what we're doing, what I'm doing with this feeling experience, can I demonstrate this, that it actually has a physical effect on my measurable age, my well-being, my health, my happiness, and is it repeatable, shareable with others? That's kind of how it is. So I'm going to leave you here, but I'm going to leave you here with a 2-girl feeling. The personal experience of feeling one's true self through the heart with peace. Just happens to be a 6-boy month. So I'm going to 6-boy it just because I like that stuff. Thank you for your enduring patience with my personal process. There'll be more coming. See ya.